Okay, go live. Right, we're live. Right, so hello, gentlemen, boys and girls, and ladies. What have I just said there? So, hashtag if you're live, hashtag if you're watching the replay. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Facebook. Today, we're joined by a special guest today on the Value Creating Show. I'm Teacher Melvin. Our special guest will introduce himself. So, first of all, welcome to the show. Just tell us your name and a bit about yourself.
Thank you so much, Melvin. I'm Martin Price, and I really appreciate you asking me to come on and sharing with your audience. And I hope I can give some good value to them and some inspiration as well, because that's one of the key words that I love to live by is inspiration and motivation, obviously. And in the online space that we're in, I think it's really key to be motivated with what you're doing, because we don't want another job after all, do we? So, who am I? I live in the UK, and we've got to love this country. We get 4 seasons in one day, don't we? But as you well know from being brought up here, I consider myself an entrepreneur, but not like the likes of Mark Zuckerberg or Dyson vacuum cleaners and things like that, because there's very little risk with what I do, because I've got an IT consultancy as the day job, and that pays very well. And it's I've got a 12-month contract. So, that's more like my day job. So I've got that traditional 9 to 5. I've built up a number of properties. So I've got a property portfolio too, which is really helpful for the passive income. They're a pain in the ass sometimes. So, don't just think that real estate is the be all and end all. I've got that. And more recently, I'll tell you a quick story about 9 years ago, where I went to a show in Peterborough, a conference in Peterborough, and who was on the stage? A very young looking, even younger than he actually looks now, Russell Brunson. And
no way.
I started looking at online marketing and network marketing and that kind of stuff over 10 years, probably 9 years ago. And I did nothing with it because I changed into what I was doing. So Russell Brunson obviously has gone on to have this ClickFunnels company now and other streams of income that is massive. But that's what I've now recently, probably in the last year, 18 months, looked into, but not in as much depth as I would have liked, because of obviously everything else that's going on in my life. I'm a single dad too, so that it takes up a lot of my time. But the online space is really interesting, and you'll know better than me, because I think you're absolutely crushing it with what you're doing, and I love to see what you're doing too, Melvin. But I've started looking, and I thought, okay, I got involved in a program and started promoting that as an affiliate, and it did okay. I made about $500 with that, but I spent more in solo ads. So solo ads can work, but not always. And so it just depends on the traffic that you get and how you then promote it and how you build those relationships. Because in theory, right, the solo ads traffic is stone cold traffic, isn't it? You have no idea who they are. They have no idea who you are. So I found that quite challenging. And then I just started learning and thinking, okay, how can I make this work for me around the lifestyle that I've got? So I think that's me when I call myself an entrepreneur. Yes, I am, and I'll have a go at lots of other things. Oh, I forgot to mention as well, I trade Forex and the stock market, but that's again in the background, and I'm not actively the Forex I've got to be active with because it's so volatile. But with the stock market, it's mainly for a pension fund, to be honest. And so years ago, I used to invest, but again, that income it's something that needs lots of money to put into the stock market to make a return. And the other thing with the stock market and with property actually is if you buy at the peaks, you will never ever make your money back over time. Whereas if you're buying at a pound cost averaging over a long period of time, you will beat the market and you'll get a handsome return. But don't try and play the market with the stock market or with real estate. And that's a message in there for your audience, Brilliant. So I think that's a little bit about me. I hope that's okay.
So Martin Price is your full name. I can see you got a business growth hub. Tell us more about that. Where are you based then, Martin? For those watching, where are you based again?
So I'm based in Cheltenham in the UK, which is a lovely part of the country, really green and undulating. We've got some lovely, stunning countryside, and I love it around here. I moved here to be closer to my children because the ex-wife moved to this area, which is where she's from. And yeah, so I'm in the Cheltenham area, which is in between London, Bristol, and Birmingham, for those that don't know it very well.
So Martin Price, Business Growth Hub, which we'll find out in a moment. So you're into real estate, you're into Forex, stocks and shares. Have we missed anything else? Consultancy. You're a busy man.
So recently I had a builder in about a year ago and built a relationship with him. And actually, this is kind of part of the online marketing, but it's more like a digital agency actually, or I don't know what kind of agency. But he wanted to launch a new brand and a new business for his company, and so we've been working on that. And what I'm doing is actually building his website and his brand for him as well.
Wow.
So that's kind of similar, but not the same.
Right. You're a busy man. You're a busy man, mine. So tell us more then. Business Growth Hub. Tell us more about that. So what's happening right now then with this Business Growth Hub? For those that have never met you, obviously we've met before, but for those watching, tell us more about the Business Growth Hub. What's that about?
So Facebook is my primary platform at the minute. I'm on most of the other social medias. You know, going back to the point about traffic, solo ads can work. They do work for a lot of people. But for me, I don't want to focus on solo ads. When I got involved, I just thought, okay, social media, there is something in this. And when you look at the stats, there's billions of people globally looking online all the time, every day. And you know, we're sucked into social media, aren't we? So I thought, okay, let's focus on a platform. I've got Instagram, I've got LinkedIn, I've got YouTube, I've got Facebook, I've got LinkedIn, but that's more for my daytime IT consultancy with the LinkedIn. So I thought, okay, let's focus on Facebook because I like what it does. And I like the way that you can do videos, you can do text, you can do long form text, short form text, you know, quotes, images, absolutely everything on it. And I find it, I don't know about you, Mel, but I find it the best platform for building relationships with friends, as obviously we have over time. Yeah. And so that's why I focused on the Business Growth Hub group now to build a community and build a tribe of people. And it's called the Business Growth Hub because it's all about growing your business. So traffic is the lifeblood, leads are the lifeblood, and then converting them is the lifeblood of your business. So that's what the Business Growth Hub is all about. Traffic, leads, and conversions for marketers, for online marketers, and it could work also for traditional businesses.
Wow. So business owners, online, offline, check out the Business Growth Hub. So when did that start then? Was that quite recent or was that many decades ago? I mean, how long ago did you start that?
I think it's been going less than a year. I can't actually remember because, again, what I try and do is build relationships on my profile. My profile has the link to it. I don't actively promote the group. Maybe I should more. But what I'd like to do is build the relationships and then people, just as it comes up in conversation, to say to people, look, you know, if traffic or leads are your thing and conversions, jump into the group and let's engage on a deeper level there. So that's why it's not, I think we're 126 members now, and there's basically, you know, 5 a week. And another tip, Mel, I think you're a member too, but the Friend or Foe extension, and what I do there is in my messages, my welcome messages, before I even add people on, is say, you know, if you want to get closer to me and if traffic's your thing, then dive into the Business Growth Hub. So that's an automated extension, as you know. So if your people don't know about that, then obviously Mel's involved in that too. And you really need that extension because it's an amazing product to weed out all the bots and the spammers before you even add them on as friends, and then you get them also into your group. So I've got quite a few people that have joined the group based on just seeing the message that's sent out on an automated message.
That's very clever. So basically, Friend and Foe, it's a Chrome extension, right?
Yeah.
We'll get more details on that later. And you've got 126 members and growing. Great. So a nice deeper question: why? I mean, why Business Growth Hub? What made you? What was your why? Let's go a bit deeper in the whole online journey. Tell us why. What made you do this?
Yeah, so I think the why is obviously my children, and I've always been motivated. You know, if I take you back to when I was probably 9 or 10 years old, you'll know this because we're very similar age, Mel. But a friend of mine at school came to school with these brand new Adidas Kick trainers on, black
Wow.
and white. They looked stunning. And
Right.
my parents couldn't afford to buy them for me. So the only way I could get these trainers was to get a paper round, deliver newspapers, and then earn the money from it. And I
Wow.
did that over a few months, and I bought these Adidas kick trainers. So I think that's where my motivation started from as a boy. If you want things in life, you have to go out and get it yourself, don't you? So that's where I think I got the motivation from. And then, you know, I think the other motivation on Facebook was because you can build relationships on your profile. That's great, but it's generally, you know, have a great day, or love that post. And if you're giving value to those people, then that's great. But it's difficult then to form a really close relationship with those people. So the natural progression is to get them into your own group where you can exchange much more deeper levels of value and give them much more specific value based on the niche or niche that they're in as well. And the other thing is, I don't know about you, but I've got a lot of original friends on my Facebook, and they get a bit peed off with me. Some of the things that you say on there, if it's just a constant pitch fest. So I probably do 80-90% of personal type stuff, building relationships and friendships, and then and motivation and mindset and things like that. And then every now and then I'll put something out there about business.
Brilliant. So some of you guys listening on YouTube or on Facebook thinking, how do I set up a group? I mean, any tips on that? How to set up a group? Is there an easy way? Or I mean, do you have a course on that? I mean, where did you learn it, first of all? I mean,
yeah. I signed up for Alex Elliott's One Group Away challenge, and that was a really good challenge. I don't know if I'm assuming it's still available. At the time, I paid $500, but I think, you know, you could probably get it at a cheaper price these days, unless she's got much more offers in. But there's a number of people out there that specialize in teaching you how to build groups and what to do. And Alex's course is really thorough. It's really in depth, and I'm not following it 100%, but that's absolutely fine, you know, because she teaches you how to grow it really quickly and get people into the group as quickly as possible, and then promote. Likewise, you're a member of my group. I don't actually promote that often in there either, because it's all about giving the value as much as possible first up front before even talking business. And that's what I think if we go back to your earlier question, Martin Price, what do I stand for and all that kind of thing? It's integrity, it's loyalty, it's honesty, you know, all of those good words. And you sent me a link because I asked for it, the iceberg effect. And you said, you know, happy to help out there and give you the book for free. And I was like, no, you know, we're in business and we've got this friendship going now. I'm happy to give you my commission, because that's what we're all about, you know. And at some point in the future, I might have an offer and you might say, you know, give me a link, Martin, and I'll happily buy through you, because I could have bought that book direct through Dean, but I'd prefer to give you the commission rather than direct to Dean. So, you know, that's the way I work with that. So, you know, for your listeners and anybody that sees this, this is what it's all about. It's helping hands for each other rather than giving you commissions to the big gurus. Sorry, Dean.
He's probably watching or will be watching. Thank you, Dean. Martin. Dean's a great guy. He's up north. I'm not sure how far he is away from you.
He's not
but
away,
the iceberg effect. So how did you know Dean then? Have you met Dean before? Where did you? Because you recognised it. Tell us about that then. How did you know?
So I saw Dean Holland probably 10 years ago when I started looking. He's been on the block a long time.
Now Dean Holland.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. But he was on the block a long time ago when I initially started looking at it. And, you know, I think somewhere on one of my old hard disks, I kept a folder of all of the people that were influencers at the time. And I've probably got some original documentation from when he was in the game back then. But I saw him recently because obviously I'm involved in ClickFunnels too. And Dean's a 2 Comma Club award winner in ClickFunnels. And so I think that's where I must have stumbled on one of his adverts and clicked, because then for months afterwards, I was getting loads of his kind of adverts popping up. But I'm a member of his subscriber list too. So I don't know him personally. I contacted his team and said, look, you're not too far away from me. How about some mentoring? Do you do that kind of stuff? And they don't do personalized mentoring, which, you know, you would think
big need.
He could have made a killing there with me.
Opportunity there. Yeah.
So that's where I found Dean from.
Wow, small world. Everyone seems to know each other. We are very nice tight-knit community. Although there's billions of us on Facebook around the world, the circles are very, very tight in some ways. Everyone knows. This is why I say to people, just be nice. I mean,
yeah,
it costs $0. I mean, there are a lot of what we call spammers out there, angry people hiding behind. You know what it's like when you get in spam. It's not nice. And this is what we talk about, creating value, creating value. And today, you give them lots of value. So lots of tips there. So let's talk about it. So how can we get in contact with you then, Martin? What's the best way to contact you? How can we get in contact with you for more
yeah.
information?
So I have a number of websites now. Depending on what market you're in, then there's obviously the IT consultancy, which probably doesn't interest many of your viewership. But the easiest way is via my Facebook. My Facebook profile is where people can contact me. But also the Business Growth Hub. If you're happy for me to mention that, then obviously they can join that. And I do have a website which is called What Online Global, because that the name, there's a story behind the name too, because when you search in Google or online, basically your search starts with either how or what. So I was thinking, okay, and my company is online, even though it does traditional businesses as well and helps them with business growth. So it's What Online, and that was really expensive, or it was either taken. I think it was like 20 grand for What Online or something really expensive for that domain name. So I thought, okay, I'm global, so What Online Global is the website name as well. And that's more about the coaching side of what I do with helping businesses to scale, traditional businesses like the builder example I gave.
Good, thank you. So we'll drop those links in a moment. So I'll put those links in the description. So do check out Martin Price from UK. You said Cheltenham.
Yes. Yeah.
UK. I'm hearing the words Cheltenham and Gloucester. I think that's a
yes, the band.
And so you're a consultant, real estate. You build websites as well. You're a busy man. You've got a dog. It's behaving itself today.
He is behaving himself today so far.
We had a funny story last week, didn't we? Or the last time we spoke. Yeah, little accident. We won't go into that later. Now, so that's basically it. So we'll wrap it up there. This is just a quick introduction. I'd like to get you back on the show next time for what on your latest offers and what's happening in your side of the world. Because I'm in Myanmar. You're in the UK. We're not allowed to travel, so this is why online's getting busy.
Yeah.
You're a nice guy. We've connected. I just wanted to share your story with my audience, and then have them, get some good content and value. So with that said, is there any final message or any last, tips you want to give to the audience watching across the world, YouTube and
absolutely, and thanks again for having me on. I really appreciate it, and yeah, we can go into more detail in future. But the messages I've got are, we're in the online marketing space, the digital marketing space, and affiliate marketing space. I would say that anybody that's getting involved in that, find someone like Mel who's doing it. Find a mentor, someone that can walk you through those steps, because I've just probably, I wouldn't say wasted, because I've learned it all now, but that last year, I could have moved a lot quicker in my journey if I'd have just found someone that's walking that walk and talking that talk and doing it. And you can look at the gurus, you can look at everybody that's saying that they're making 10 grand a month, but it isn't within a month. It isn't within 6 months. It might be, but it's unlikely. So what you've got to do is find someone that's walking that walk, hang on to their coattails and do what they're telling you, and then they will help you through that process. And it's not easy. Don't let the gurus make you think that it's easy, and actually invest in yourself, invest in your mindset, get it all right, because if you don't invest, then you're not going to treat it like $1 million business. You're not going to treat it professionally. If you get something for free, it's free for a reason. And if you pay for something, you'll pay a lot more attention. So that's all I've got to say on that, is make sure you find people that are doing it.
Thank you. Thank you, Martin Price of Business Growth Hub. We'll have you next on the show in the next coming weeks or so. But thank you so much for joining us. And it's been a pleasure. Some great golden nuggets there, and some great value. So again, all those links, friend and foe, his group chat, we'll get those links in the description very shortly. With that said, it's a good afternoon for me. I think it's a good morning to you guys in the UK, and it's good evening wherever you are in the rest of the world. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Thank
Appreciate
you.
it, Al. Thanks.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.